Hello, Tamara Green here for A Course in Miracles, lesson number 167. Let's open up the hips. We're going to rotate our hips. You take your thumbs, dig them into the bottom of your back, and push your hips forward so you can feel the stretch in the front for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a side. Feel the stretch on the outside of your hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing around to the other side. Feel that stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now 5 in each direction. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back and forth. Back and forth. 3 more. Back and forth. Back and forth. And last one. Back and forth. There we go. All right. Shake out your legs. Energy just released into your hip area. So we want to open that up. Now, Course in Miracles, lesson number 167. There is one life, and that I share with God. There are not difficult kinds of life, for life is like the truth. It does not have degrees. It is the one condition in which all that God created share. Like all his thoughts, it has no opposite. There is no death because what God created shares his life. There is no death because an opposite to God does not exist. There is no death because the Father and the Son are one. In this world, there appears to be a state that is life's opposite. You call it death. Yet we have learned that the idea of death takes many forms. It is one idea which underlies all feelings that are not supremely happy. It is the alarm to which you give response of any kind that is not perfect joy. All sorrow, loss, anxiety, and suffering and pain, even a little sigh of weariness, a slight discomfort, or the merest frown, acknowledge death and thus deny you live. You think that death is of the body, yet it is but an idea, irrelevant to what is seen as physical. A thought is in the mind. It can then applied as mind directs it, but its origins is where it must be changed if change occurs. Ideas leave not their source. The emphasis this course has placed on that idea is due to its centrality in our attempts to change your mind about yourself. It is the reason you can heal. It is the cause of healing. It is why you cannot die. Its truth established you as one with God. Death is the thought that you are separate from your Creator. It is the belief conditions change, emotions alternate because of causes you cannot control, you did not make, and you can never change. It is the fixed belief ideas can leave their source and take on qualities the source does not contain, becoming different from their own origin, apart from it in kind as well as distance, time, and form. Death cannot come from life. Ideas remain united to their source. They can extend all that their source contains, in that they can go far beyond themselves, but they cannot give birth to what was never given them. As they are made, so will their making be. As they were born, so will they then give birth. And where they come from, there will they return. The mind can think it sleeps, but that is all. It cannot change what its waking state They cannot change what is its waking state. It cannot make a body nor abide within a body. What is alien to the mind does not exist because it has no source. For mind creates all things that are and cannot give them attributes it lacks, nor change its own eternal mindful state. It cannot make the physical. What seems to die is but the sign of mind asleep. The opposite of life can only be another form of life. As such, it can be reconciled with what created it, because it is not opposite in truth. Its form may change. It may appear to be what it is not, yet mind is mind, awake or sleeping. It is not its opposite in anything created, nor in what it seems to make when it believes it sleeps. God creates only mind awake. He does not sleep, and his creations cannot share what he gives not, nor makes conditions which he does not share with them. The thought of death is not the opposite to thoughts of life. Forever unopposed by opposites of any kind, the thoughts of God remain forever changeless, with the power to extend forever changelessly, but yet within themselves, for they are everywhere. What seems to be the opposite of life is merely sleeping. When the mind elects to be what it is not, and to assume an alien power which it does not have, a foreign state it cannot enter, or a false condition not within its source, it merely seems to go asleep a while. It dreams of time and an interval in which what seems to happen never has occurred. The changes wrought are substanceless, and all events are nowhere. When the mind awakes, it but continues as it always was. Let us today be children of the truth and not deny our holy heritage. Our life is not as we imagine it. Who changes life because he shuts his eyes or makes himself what he is not because he sleeps and sees and dreams an opposite to what he is? We will not ask for death in any form today, nor will we let imagined opposites to life abide even an instant where the thought of life eternal has been set by God himself. His holy home we strive to keep today as he established it and wills it be forever and ever. Forever and forever. He is Lord of what we think today, and his thoughts, which have no opposite, we understand there is one life, and that we share with him, with all creation, with their thoughts as well, whom he created in a unity of life that cannot separate in death and leave the source of life from where it came. We share one life because we have one source, a source from which perfection comes to us, remaining always in the holy minds which he created perfect. As we were, so are we now and will forever be. A sleeping mind must waken, as it sees its own perfection mirroring the Lord of life so perfectly it fades into what is reflected there. And now it has no more a mere reflection. It becomes the thing reflected and the light which makes reflection possible. No vision now is needed, for the awakened mind is one that knows its source, its self, its holiness. So 167 is there is one life, and that I share with God. A little personal story here. Probably half a dozen times or so in my life, oftentimes I'm either just drifting off to sleep, you kind of go in that twilight where there's no thought and you're not quite asleep yet, or just as I'm waking up, same thing, kind of, the mind hasn't engaged yet. Maybe once or twice it has been in deep meditation. I've had the same experience, a spiritual experience, just with little variations of it. I'm going to tell you what it is. So I've been married now to my husband for almost 3 decades. And of course, like all married couples, we've had our moments, right? Our ups and downs, and that's just the normal, common, even healthy relationship. But it goes up, it goes down. Everything is cycles, right? And it's so interesting that these visions tend to come more in maybe the more kind of down cycles, where, we're triggered or we're reactive, let's say. And the vision is this: we are separately, we don't really notice each other as we're walking up very, 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 many, many, many steps up. It kind of looks like the White House, and there's these huge columns, and it's this beautiful marble building, and we're walking up the marble steps. But we kind of know that person is there, but we're not engaging. We're so focused on our own climbing the steps and steps and steps and steps and steps. And we finally get to the top. We turn to see each other and we burst out laughing, hysterically laughing. Because, and we're not talking, it's all kind of telepathy, but we are acknowledging in that moment all those silly things that we took so seriously, that we got triggered by or reacted to, or, took so, vital, right? We made them so big. And we realized it was just all an illusion. The whole thing was just an illusion. But we made it to the top of these marble steps to this very important building. I'm not even sure what it was. I'm not even sure. I'm not going to even guess. But it's the same. It's the same building or temple each and every single time we go there, and we laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And we're having a really good time, really realizing that all of that was just illusion. And where we are in that moment with each other is pure truth, pure light, and pure love. Okay, so that is, basically there is only one life, and that is the life that we share with God, which is light, which is love, and pure joy, because that's exactly what we're experiencing in that moment. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I enjoyed telling that to you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.